And welcome to my studio. I'm Jessie and this is the Knit Up and Die podcast, episode 122, Sit Up and Knit. As always, I'm going to start with my thank yous, and I've got my cheat sheet handy here. Special thank you goes out to all of my subscribers, both new and ongoing. I love you guys. What you see here is all about you. Your feedback, your support, your communications mean the world to me, and you're the reason I do this. Special love and thanks go out to Monica, Nancy, Rachel, Leanne, David, Donna, Amy, Tara, Diane, Charlotte, Roseanne, Linda, Marie, Betty Ann, Scott and John, Kate, Janet, Terry, Allison, Barbara, Adriana, Wayne, Patricia, Lisa Lette, Cappy, Kath, Jorge, Benty, Christy, and Neetsy. Much love goes out to my Zoom family, Robert, Juanita, Paula, Brian, Katie, Eve, Jamie, Jen, and Elizabeth, Shirley, Roz, and Nicole. Jamie, congratulations on another published pattern. Warm hello and thank you go out to all of my patrons. I love you guys. You make this possible, and I am grateful for that. Let's dig in. Many of you commented that I seem much more myself last episode, even though I am obviously overwhelmed by the moves and changes happening in my life. Thank you to everyone who wrote to me and gave me suggestions for focusing my energy and blocking out the things that bothered me, and kind of pushing through and seeing through and putting on different glasses and looking at things differently. I am doing much better. This time of year is always difficult for me, and it's just, when it rains it pours kind of a thing. But I am much better off. I am much healthier in the head, and I'm creating things in my life that I'm looking forward to, and that makes a big difference. I think that's important, to have things that you're excited about, that you plan for and participate in. And I have a tendency to eliminate things and try and make my road as easygoing as possible. And this year I didn't do the ornament exchange. There wasn't a lot of positive feedback when I called for interest on it, and so I just opted not to do it this year. And I really think that maybe that affected me as well, in that I didn't have something positive that I've been looking forward to and working toward. I am actively going to do that next year. I think it's important. I think that the people who did participate really enjoyed it, and I kind of regret not doing it this year. But at the same time, the people that I did touch base with who initially had been very interested are just as overwhelmed as I am. So we're going to take a year off and we're going to try again next year. Let's see. What have I been knitting? Hey, this is a knitting podcast. Let's dig into that. So I told you guys all that I have this goal. I have my how to eat an elephant blanket, one bite at a time, which really needs to be a part of 2020 for me. I really need to take smaller bites in my world, and this blanket is part of that, in that I really want to focus on it. I want to get much more done on it, and that I've broken it into even smaller bites. So I'm not looking at it going, oh, I've got to finish a blanket now. I'm just like, oh, I only have to finish 3 squares. And I did. I set a goal for myself where I'm knitting 3 squares a week, and I accomplished this week's goal. Yay! And instead of taking the whole thing out of the basket and holding the whole thing up because it's a little bit cumbersome, I'm just going to show you, haha, look at how well packed that is, the 3 squares that I completed this week. I finished this square. This square had been started. It was about halfway done. I actually did 3.5 squares. This one had been started. My progress keeper is right there. Ta-da! I finished this, and I did the orange, the pink, and the striped. So let's move my progress keeper up into the corner where I need to start the next square, and I'm ready to go. And I've got 3 more squares that I get to get done this week, and I fully expect that that's going to happen. This being Thanksgiving week, I'm going to have some downtime. I actually get Black Friday off, which is going to be a busy day, I hope. I am having a Black Friday sale on my website, and so I'm going to be really working that and making sure that orders get packed immediately so that they're going out the next possible opportunity. Be sure to check my Black Friday sale day after Thanksgiving, so next Friday. But between packing orders, I should be working on this, and I hope to get a chunk of this done That having been said, I got distracted. I talked to you guys about wanting to knit another sweater, and I showed you the yarn that I had, this Glamrock yarn in purple that I wanted to do, and I was going to knit the Brickyard sweater by Elizabeth Doherty, again with a couple modifications to it. I love the sweater. I love the way it fit me. I love how well it was written. I am going to brag about that every day that I'm knitting it. The pattern is just so comprehensively well written. I've encountered a lot of patterns, and this one is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I already have notes in it and everything, so I know where my modifications and everything are. And I decided that I wanted another sweater that fit that well. So doing that one again was smart, and just changing a couple of features on it. I wanted a straight body on it, and I wanted to change up the texture on the yoke a little bit. So last weekend I sat down with all my Stitchionaries and went through and found a stitch that was going to be compatible, that was going to work well with it. And I did all my gauges and made sure that everything was going to blend. Whenever you make a substitution like that, it's very, very important that everything match up, that you still have the same repeats, that you still have the same gauges, everything. And that you not, I prefer not to tax myself with extra math. And I found exactly that. I found a perfect stitch and was able to drop it in. It matched in gauge and everything. I'm so excited. So I cast it on. Now, there's a rule in my household. In order for a project to be successful, you absolutely must cast it on 3 times. The initial cast on this, you actually only ever cast on once, but the cast on this is a long tail cast on of 100 and X stitches. Easy peasy, done it a million times. Measure out, tie my slip knot, do my cast on, golden. This particular instruction has you tie the tails at the end of your cast on, snip those, and start at the other end. It's a locked cast on so that it only stretches so far. Brilliant, makes a lot of sense. Good, did that, snip my tails so that they were even and only so long. Went to the other end, started my instruction, got halfway across, dropped 1 cast on stitch. For the life of me, I could not figure out the mechanics behind the long tail cast on, dropped cast on, in order to get it back up onto the right hand needle to work it with my left. Could not. Okay, fine. I've only lost cast on half a row. I took that off the needle. I unraveled it. The ends were even. So reasonably, they'll be even if I go to the middle, tie my slip knot, do my long tail cast on, tie the knot again, and start again. Nope. Completely forgot that with a long tail cast on, the back line take up is stronger than the front line take up by almost, I'd say about 1/6. So I got to 100 and short of where I needed to be, and I had 2 inches of one tail and 8 inches of the other. Took that off the needle, scrapped that, not gonna mess with that anymore, cast on 1 more time. It worked. That 3rd time's always the charm. I don't know what is wrong with me that I have to cast everything on 3 times. I swear if I cast it on once and everything goes well for a period of time, something is going to go horribly wrong later on, and it's better. It's actually a good thing if I have to cast something on 3 times. If I cast it on once and it just goes, I'm going to be a long time before I find the problem and it all goes horribly, horribly wrong. It's just better to have it go bad from the beginning. Anyway, that having been said, I did my cast on and proceeded to do a lot of knitting. I have the back yoke done all the way down to where I split for the sleeves, and I have picked up and am starting the shoulder shaping on the front left at this point. I have made huge progress on this. I'm just absolutely thrilled with how the color is working up. I love the new stitch that I'm using. I checked it against the other sweater to make sure I wasn't delusional about gauge. Everything is coming up just beautiful. Even that beautiful arc braid feature that she has put in there, I've gotten down past that on the back side. Just absolutely thrilled with how it's coming out. All this is still less than 1 ball's worth of work. So I'm making really good progress even against my yardage. I have that much left of the first ball. Very, very happy with it. Just astounded by how fast it's going. Once you know a pattern, once the comprehension is there, you can just fly through it. Fully expect to get the yoke done probably by next episode and be able to show you that I am connected under the sleeves and ready to just knit the body. I really only probably have, there's maybe 5 hours of knitting in this, 5, maybe 6. I just grabbed a wild rabbit's tail and let it drag me around on this one. I'm loving this project and really having a great time working it. It's kind of an octopus. You do end up with needles all over the place because there are multiple needle changes, but the way that she has it written is brilliant and it's easy to get through. If you are not familiar with this pattern yet, if you're not exhausted of hearing me talk about it, or if in fact you are finally inspired to do it, the pattern is Brickyard by Elizabeth Doherty. It is available on Ravelry. It is a pay-to-play, and it is an absolutely beautiful pattern. It has a lot of little design features in it, but they are all, like I said repeatedly, they are very, very well explained, and it's nowhere near as complex as it looks. There's a bad black and white photo of it. Let's block out the monkey so it focuses. But beautiful, beautiful detailing in this, and really a delightful pattern to work. As you can tell, because I'm steaming through a second sweater. So that's my blanket, that's my sweater. In addition to this, I also completed a gift and a half, none of which I can show you. As I'm finishing gift projects, knit projects, I am photographing them. I've learned my lesson, and we'll be showing them after recipients have them. But I'm like knocking it down. Very excited about the progress that I'm making. Part of it is that I just put the blinders on and might have done some stress knit. Just reapplying myself to different projects and feeling really good about that. That is what I have for knitting for you guys. I received some gifts this week, and I'm going to share those with you because they're really cool. One of the gifts I received this week is so beautiful, and I'm so terrified of it. This came from Kate up at Unwound. She gifted this to me. She gave me Where the Wild Spun Are. It's a lacrosse dyer that has really, really interesting blends. It's a wool blend, and it's just gorgeous. I've never spun anything like this. I'm honestly a little bit terrified of it because my spin skills are not that great, but I will elevate myself to get to the point where I can work with this. This is so beautiful. Do you see? It's all fluffy and squishy and has all these beautiful fibers in it, in all these different lovely colors. There's greens and teals and whites. It is like a forest dream. It is so beautiful. I'm absolutely terrified of it because I know nothing of working with anything like this. But that is so beautiful. I will figure it out. Even if it went horribly wrong, it would still be beautiful. How could it not be? This is just gorgeous, gorgeous material. Nothing I've ever worked with before. It smells just beautiful, which I'm a wool sniffer. But there's definitely multiple blends in here. The curls are so cute. They're so pretty. I have a lot to learn, and beautiful things encourage self-education, don't they? So I'm hyper excited about that, which means that I need to get on my spinning again, which I have been really bad about. I have another gift that I received that meant so much to me. I'm gonna get all emotional here. Meant so much to me. I have a friend at work who is one of my viewers, and she does not knit. To the best of my knowledge, she doesn't knit, or has never let on that she's a knitter. But she is a true and honest friend, and she sees my daily struggles. She hears me venting, that poor woman. She recognizes some of the hurdles I have in my life, and she is discreet and subtle and supportive and caring and really, how do you say friend in all capital letters? Monica, thank you. Monica gave me a gift. She had messaged me and said she had a gift for me and it couldn't wait until Christmas. And I got it in the middle of the night and just thought, I can't text her back now. And then by the time I had the opportunity to, well, I was sitting next to her. And then she gave me this gift this past week, and it has immediately made an impact in my life. Not only because I was given something, but because it actually is changing and helping me. Monica gifted me a posture corrector. A simple neoprene Velcro reminder and support to sit up and knit, which is why I named this episode Sit Up and Knit. And this is just brilliant. It really is, because there's no structural devices here. There's nothing that is going to enable my muscles to, how do you say this? When you corset, your body begins to rely on the corseting. We don't want that to happen because it ultimately weakens all the muscles. What you want a device to do is to remind you to make your own correction. And that's what this does. This is called the Posture Corrector. It's available online. It is a simple Velcro and neoprene device where you position it on your back, you pull the Velcro tabs up, you connect it, and simply by having something tight here, when I roll forward, it becomes uncomfortable. And so I sit up and I can immediately feel the blood flow down into my arm that is all cramped because I roll my shoulder incorrectly and I don't hold posture properly. And I can knit faster with less fatigue. And I wore this at work just under my vest and sat taller. I didn't get a headache from my neck being turtled forward, because even this becomes uncomfortable in the frame. I had better breathing. I had less fatigue in my hand from 10 keying with that cramp in place. Although it became tiresome over the day simply because I was retraining my muscles and I was holding my posture very differently. Your muscles get tired when they're trying to do something they're not used to. I wore this for half a day and it made a significant difference. And I can already feel, even just now, the swelling is going down in my shoulder because I'm opening that area that I'm rolling off and shutting off. I can't thank you enough. I can't. No matter how much I try to remember to sit up and hold my posture correctly, I'm human. And when I'm stressed, when I've got somebody yelling at me over the phone, when I'm trying to do something in a hurry, I naturally conform to my most comfortable position. Our most comfortable position is a fetal position. And I curl right up into that over the computer. Having this remind me, and it simply reminds me because it pinches a little if you start to roll. It's not forcing me back, and I can see where on the camera it almost looks like I'm forced back, and a lot of that is the color differentiation here. I am not forced back. I am in, my neck is still craned forward because I'm looking at my monitor here. But ultimately, I'm in a much more straightforward posture and I'm much more comfortable. It's interesting how much more comfortable it actually is because you're not aware how much you're pinching and closing things off. Sorry, I'm checking my monitor here. I'm about to lose you guys. Sorry about that. I had a little technical malfunction. My battery died. Thought I had so much more time than I did. Regardless, I love this. I'm using it daily, literally daily, and it's making a difference. And Monica, I thank you very, very much. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. I had one other gift this week. This was a gifty week. And this is going to be one of those crazy ones. I'm doing another Archie McPhee unboxing. My friend Terry has gifted me with another little love gift, and she said I have to have it before Christmas decorating happens. So, box is fully closed. You're getting live responses on this one. Let's see what she sent to me. Decorating with joke items. This is going to be fun. As always, Archie McPhee always includes a rubber chicken. This appears to be one of the glow-in-the-dark rubber chickens. I will let my buddy here have a chicken to keep him company in the dark at night. Oh my God. And I have my very own rubber chicken Christmas ornament. It's a golden rubber chicken Christmas ornament. This thing is hysterical. It's covered in glitter. Ah! Oh my God. So my rubber chicken Christmas ornament. Looks to be some other little fun gifts in here. I have more super awesome trading cards. Yay. I need to weed this into my deck. Oh dear. I'm not even really sure. Dress up squirrel with underpants, multiple outfits, 39 reusable cling stickers. It looks like there's a Santa Claus outfit for him. These are going on my window. This is hysterical. This may actually help the birds see the window and not hit the window. 39 reusable cling stickers. I have a squirrel in underpants. Terry, thank you. These are hysterical. I love this stuff. That is what I have for you guys, I think. Let me double check my notes. It got kind of hectic in here with the battery going down. That's everything I have for you. Be sure to check out the Die Monkey Yarns Black Friday sale. You're not going to need a coupon code. Everything's going to be marked way, way down. If you are one of my patrons, you already received a message via my patron website by mistake because I can't read a calendar. That coupon code is exclusive for you on Thanksgiving Day, and that gets you guys not only early access but deeper at discounts. So please use your coupon code. Everybody else, don't worry about coupons. Just go in there on Black Friday and have a party and get stuff you love. I will see you guys hopefully the weekend after Thanksgiving. It really depends on how crazy things get here. We have some tentative plans. Whether or not those come to fruition, I don't know yet. That's what I've got. I love you. I've got knitting to go and do, yay, and a shoulder to correct, yay, and dyeing to do, yay, and a sale to put up. Have a great holiday. I love you, and I'm thankful for you.